Good morning. Today, on behalf of the Group 8, I'm presenting the final project for Project Management subject. As a project manager of Milton Mills IT department, I'm glad to announce that launch of new software Miltron, which would benefit keeping all things in check related to running a retail store. It is specifically designed to cater the needs of business in textile. The first point is time-phased baseline budget. Baseline budget is a time-phase plan which includes the estimate of all direct and indirect costs. This can be used as a base for all the future activities and also as a performance and project analysis tool. Baseline provides estimate of duration, revenue, and spending. This budget for creating new software for one of the customers for a retail store textile includes direct cost and indirect cost. The direct cost may include wages and salaries and the software components. And so the indirect cost may include the rent of the office, uh, that amounts to the whole baseline budget. Going on to the key performance measures, which include productivity, gross profit margin, return on investment, earned value, and customer satisfaction. To control the project budget, it is best to prepare a budget that is time based. This will help one in keeping a track of budget of a project in one of the phases. In order to effectively manage the budget of the project, one needs to review similar projects and estimate the cost of the current projects in line with that of the project. One needs to apply various cost controlling techniques and that has been applied in similar projects so as to control the budget of the project. One needs to effectively analyze the various schedules of the project and determine the critical activities of the project. Then one should determine which activities are of the utmost importance and which activities are trivial in nature. The activities that are trivial one could be crashed so as to control the budget of the project. Next point is controlling the cash flow. Managing cash flow for the projects help in determining and keeping the track of all the cash inflows and cash outflows. It helps in determining whether the project has incurred heavy expenditure in any of the project activities. This will help the project manager in controlling the overall cost of the project and maximizing the cash flow so that to generate the profits for the business.
Hello guys, my name is Ankit Sani and now I am starting with risk management. The risk management has an important function of having a control of possible future events and it is proactive rather than reactive. There can be risk in any kind of business, so there are risks involved in project management and software development as well. There can be the risks of financial uncertainty, some errors while planning and organizing the schedule. There can be accidents and some natural disasters as well. So there are numerous factors which are directly linked to risk, which are controlled by risk management. The risk management matrix has a control on development system. There can be management process and methods and working environment. There are some actions that should be taken while closing a project. Firstly, the transfer of all deliverables should be formal, and there should be the review of each and every part of the project, including all the contractual documents, and there should be the release of sources that are required for successfully accomplishment of project. There are numerous resources involved which should be released, and the documentation should be archived because you can need in future, so they can help as a future reference. A post-project evaluation is also an important part. Like whenever the project is completed, then there should be some findings, some activities and some organized achievements which can be judged with the help of post-project evaluation. In other words, in this kind of evaluation, we get a result of post-project evaluation. The project has given us something. We are completing a project or an activity, then there will be an outcome. So in this evaluation, we will be giving a mark. For example, a student, he gets marks after the exam, then what he learned, that is his achievement. And the project which is completed, it is also giving us something. That's why the project evaluation is quite important. The customer feedback is also an important part while developing a software. If your software is completely running in the market, then people will use it. And the customers, they will be having some kind of difficulties and they will find some room to development as well. So the project management should ask for the customer feedback, because the person who is using the software, he will be having a lot of problems as well, and he can find something so that the software can be made more efficient and economical for everyone. That's why project management is best part when customer feedback is involved in this. From now, Amandeep Singh will continue.
Now let's talk about the 10th question, describe situation that could result in early project termination. Imagine the depression while the project you initiated with a lot of hopes and difficult work fail miserably. However unhappy it is, many tasks pass over the mark completely and result in a waste of time and addition to efforts. However, regardless of which project you are working on, there are few signals which shout out loud that it is in nice interest of the crew and the organization to terminate the project. Let's discuss some red flags everyone must be careful about. First one is expenses does not meet the company goal. Estimate the total cost of the project in the planning stage. A few $1,000s here and there are manageable. But when you see the figures going way over your approximate value, it is better to put an end to the project right in the initial stage. Second point, your competition is doing better job on a low budget. Many times you will be inspired at the beginning of the project. However, when you start working and face grave demanding situation one after another, the positive fizzle out and you will be left with a project that is going nowhere. The third point, the project gets out of control when operations get way beyond control or when damages cannot be repaired anymore, then it's time to terminate the task. The fourth point, failure in the trying out the process. It is unhappy to look like a task fails at some point of testing. However, if the crew members gave all of it that they might and the task still could not succeed, giving up on the task is a sensible choice in place of spending twice the power and assets on it again. And the last point is project can also be terminated by the sponsor or customer because of dissatisfaction with the outcome of the project. Thank you for listening.